It's the AFC Championship game and the road to a...
The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. Throwing right away is Williams. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Well, this defense certainly knows they're going to have their hands full trying to slow down this passing game. Here's an example on the very first play from scrimmage. I think we'll see some different looks, maybe some pressure from different places, but it didn't work there, and it's a quick first down.
And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
A gain there of 21 yards.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
A man from nearby Wichita, it's Breece Hall.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Now a 2nd and 6.
In motion goes the tight end.
To throw, it's Williams.
But it's caught. Tompkins. Tally that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
To the air, Williams. On the out route, it's Lamb with a grab. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
It's 1st and goal, a chance for the first points of this AFC title bout.
To throw once more, here's Williams.
And he's got it.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
From the gun, here's Williams.
Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. It's a big loss of 5 there on 2nd down to bring up 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw for it with Williams. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get down.
And now the red flag out on the field. We'll have a challenge forthcoming.
Previous play is under review.
They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 12 yards and a Kansas City first.
That's good for our Kansas City Chiefs.
To throw, it's Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Mahomes going to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Franklin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. And again, it's Mahomes. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 24-yard line.
Now here's Mahomes. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. The motion man is Fowler. Throwing now is Mahomes. This will be caught at about the 5. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This Jet defense so far standing tall. They need another stop now, 3rd and goal. Now Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. From 3 yards out.
And the Chiefs have taken the lead here in this AFC title game.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Back on the field come the New York Jets for their 2nd drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Looking to throw is Williams.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. 2nd catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's Williams.
And he's got his man on the out route. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. They're calling a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
They'll go play action here with Williams. That is caught by Lamb.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. Give them 32 on the play.
And in the run-up to this championship game, so much was made about how would this offense hold up on the road in a hostile environment. Well, that's not the definitive answer, but what a great first answer from them, that big play right there.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
And it's caught. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
On play action, here's Williams.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Leo Chanel
coming in for that outside linebacker spot, and he buries him for a loss of 7. Now Williams going to throw on third and goal. This will be caught at about the 6. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And his kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Franklin. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mahomes now to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Waters. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Mahomes to throw once more. Bringing it in. Jackson left side. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Again, it's Pacheco.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4.
Gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Mahomes to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Chiefs are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
A 6-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. To throw, Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Throwing is Williams. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
To throw, it's Williams. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. To the air, Williams.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
That would almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw.
And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. On now to punt, Brad Robbins.
And a fair catch is taken here, a step or 2 inside the 45-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And the Jets will take over.
And New York set to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here's Williams from the gun on 3rd down.
That is caught.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one goes for 24 yards. We welcome you back to Arrowhead Stadium in...
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
They'll toss it out right here to Hall.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
This pass out wide to Hall.
Just a gain of a couple there. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
They'll go. Here's Williams.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. On play action, it's Mahomes. And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
Williams throwing to start the drive.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. High and able to make the catch downfield.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The end result, 21 yards. In motion, the tight end. Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Back to throw again. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will bring the deficit back down to 3.
So add 3. All told, after the safety, it's a 5-point swing, and that could have turned out much worse.
Well, you don't want to say no harm, no foul, but I do believe you're right. A 9-point swing hurts. 5 points, much more manageable, especially in a tight game like this.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Now here's Mahomes.
That's taken in by Franklin.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Kansas City Chiefs.
Now Mahomes.
He'll get that complete to Franklin. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Mahomes going to throw. Incomplete into the hands of Fowler. And they'll get this down to the 10. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Throwing on second and long. Mahomes over the middle. It's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Yeah, who has time for a halftime show with a trip to the Super Bowl on the line? Let's get back to it. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. To throw, it's Mahomes. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. Mahomes now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fowler. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The motion man is Fowler. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. And again, it's Mahomes. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 3rd and short, going with their tight end. And he will have a Chiefs first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. He's got this one complete to Fountain. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Here's Mahomes to throw. And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. And he will have a Chiefs first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Looking to throw is Williams. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That'll put him over 100 receiving yards now in this AFC title game. It's a first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Straight ahead is Hall. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's third down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion.
To throw, it's Williams. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why?
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here's Pacheco once again.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort.
We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. From the gun, it's Mahomes.
He'll check this one down to Pacheco.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence, because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? You got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 45-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. Now it's Mahomes again.
And he couldn't square up to throw there, and it falls incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A handoff now for Pacheco.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. That one caught by Rice.
Call it a gain of a yard, and 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and the lead will hold at 10.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
And he's brought down. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
To throw, Williams. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
We've got to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Williams loses the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be stopped here at the 43, and that is not near enough to pick up the first. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end.
Throwing is Williams.
Quick slant, that's caught by the 5'11" Landry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams.
Looking left side. That's caught by Landry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. 1 quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. We're back now in KC. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
But it's caught. Tompkins. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 36.
It's a gain of 10. First down, New York.
To the air, Williams. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive. but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
To throw once more, here's Williams.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And this one is right down the middle. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And the pressure mounting with every passing minute. It's palpable right now. They're on top in the 4th quarter, clinging to that lead. A potential Super Bowl berth resting on their ability to manage the clock and manage that small lead.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and 3.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
This is Pacheco.
And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. This offense so far on 3rd down, they're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now Mahomes.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
So the field goal unit is on the field, as this is a big spot right here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
New York's offense back out there and set to go. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter, this possession, gigantic.
Wide open receiver, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, down at the 31.
A give running right is Hall.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Throwing again here, Williams. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Williams. This is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. I don't want to say that they're completely against the wall here, Charles, but all of a sudden, with the run that they've been on the other sideline, this is down to a 3-point game. They got to be careful.
Not much space from their back to the wall, though. So you're exactly right. They've got to be careful here. But this is where the value of note-taking and recall comes into play. What was working earlier? Why was it working? Can you get those types of matchups again? And can you run those plays that'll get you a little bit more breathing room and a little bit of space?
He'll get that complete to Franklin. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He finds his man complete. It's Rice. It'll be a gain of 5. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
A gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Mahomes now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 23.
It's a gain of 21 yards. That's good for a Kansas City Chiefs. 1st down.
Here's Mahomes to throw. That's taken in by Franklin. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Try to take this home. They'll run. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Mahomes going to go on 4th down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. 2nd and 11. Now a run with Pacheco. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And this one is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. And with this win and an AFC championship, they have reached the most hallowed ground in all of sports.
That means they are the best in their conference. What an incredible feeling for this team to go through the entire season and come out on top and now go to the Super Bowl for the right to be called world champion.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.